What's up, guys? Let's talk business. How's everyone doing? So, a little business update and a little bit of a story of me potentially getting scammed and or scamming activity. So, first up, I don't know where I'm going to pop up on the screen, but these are the sales for the year. We're about $5,586. Stoked about that. You know, a little slower, a little less sales and revenue than other stores, of my size, which is okay because I'm totally fine growing slow and organically and not getting customers or people in here that just want freebies or, hate watch, any of those silly reasons. So I'm happy with where I'm at. I got my website up if you haven't checked it out, MattsPokeMartt.com. Most of my prices beat all the other small stores, even the big guys who get distribution pricing that, price their products greedily closer to market. I try to be, I'm under market always, and usually still better than all the other smaller stores of my size. So go check me out. Hit me a like, hit me a follow. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, MattsPokeMartt, same handle. Check me out. So, other than that, what else we got going on in the business? I recently introduced Japanese product. If you guys are into Japanese cards, I found a local, actually, his parents on Instagram. I found a local seller. His parents live down like 10 minutes from me. He lives in New York now, but his parents live down, and we started chatting, and he gave me a little bit better pricing on the product because, same community we all grew up in. So he hooked me up. So that right there, prices reflects, the better deal I got. I could price it more, get more money for it maybe, but, I like to pass it forward. I'm still trying to make a little profit, but, you got to pass it forward onto, potential customers. And what else? Oh, I got my first card vending show. I'll pop up the card show logo somewhere. The Cardachu over in Pompano, which is about a 30-minute drive for me. Not too bad. That's coming up December, the weekend before Christmas. I don't know if I'll do any POV footage, mostly because I don't have like a camera, and my cell phone I'm going to be using the whole time for comps and stuff. So I'll do like little snippets and stuff. Maybe I'll put it into a video, compile it into a video, or do some shorts, on the story, all that stuff. But I'm going to be too busy setting up, making deals, breaking down. So we'll see how much content I get. I may or may not, but I will definitely do a follow-up video after the fact. So that'll come out, maybe I'll put that for Christmas. I don't know. So let's get to the story. So I've had a customer of mine, a woman, we'll call her Andrea, and it was my really first big order. It was in July 25th, right? And my first big order, I was psyched. It was $700, and immediately I was like, yes and no, because this was happening right around the whole PokeVault scamming time, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I could be getting scammed too. So I was super excited and super nervous. I actually reached out to her to confirm her order, because they put their email address, cell phone number, all that stuff. So I emailed her, hey, Andrea, a little customer service. Just wanted to confirm your order, make sure this is everything you wanted, blah, blah, blah. She responded, yeah, that's what I want, ship it. So that's what I did. And then I get another order from her. I think this order I'll pop it up on the screen, was for very similar, another $700-ish, which I thought was a little weird at first, So I kind of, I decided to do a little snooping, especially with the whole PokeVault, following his story and, what he had to say about trying to follow up with, customers. So I emailed her again, hey, just wanted to confirm your order, and she responded, yeah, ship it, let's do it. I was like, okay. But I went to Google, and I Googled the address to where I was shipping, and it was like an abandoned office plaza. I don't know if it was abandoned, but on Google it said the business was out of business. It was closed. And there was cars in the parking lot because, you know, you can see around in Google Maps. There was cars in the parking lot, but the business was closed officially by Google standards. And I was like, okay, well, this is a little concerning, and I didn't feel comfortable. You know, I looked up the person on socials, LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever. Not a single Andrea Worley or Wally or whatever her last name is. I don't know if I'm allowed to say her last name. I don't know if I'm doxing her or whatever, but there's nothing to dox because there's no social media or no presence of this person online. So that, with combination of the Google address just being weird and funky, I decided to refund the order. I don't know if I'll show it on the screen or how I'm doing it, but refund the order. And I emailed her back, hey Andrea, Wix, for some reason Wix is flagging this as potential scam. I'm sorry. I'll eat the credit card fee, charge, process fee, whatever, no problem. And sorry again. Didn't hear anything back, right? So then I get another order. I'll flash it up on the screen wherever from her again. This was what, October 1st, right? For the same thing, around a $700 amount after taxes and everything and shipping. I thought that was weird, and you know, after already canceling one of her orders for, you know, potential scam or whatever that I made up, just, you know, feeling not comfortable, you think maybe, okay, I shouldn't order from this guy anymore or whatever. But they ordered again. This was what, October 1st at 1 a.m. in the morning, which granted it was in Portland, Oregon or something, or no, it was in Seattle. So they're on the West Coast, so it was probably like 10 a.m. or 10 p.m. over there, you know, 9 p.m., whatever, time change. So, but whatever. And I emailed her again, hey, sorry, Wix is flagging this as potential fraud. I'll refund it for you. Sorry for the inconvenience. Right? And that was after I did more digging. I went back, went to the website. I was like, yeah, nothing. No, the business is closed. There's no like branding on the front of the door of the building or anything. So I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna cancel it, right? And then what else did I do? I Googled the address, right? After I was already determined I was gonna cancel it. And there was like 2 or 3 Reddit posts or articles or, you know, mentions of this address online, which is already a huge red flag. And lo and behold, everything that was talked about this address was potential fraud and scamming. Oh, this person said, oh, this person scammed me this one. It was like 3 different stories of people talking about situations where they got scammed or being an eBay seller. They sent stuff to this address and the seller disappeared and did a chargeback or whatever. So immediately it justified my reason and suspicions and gut feeling to cancel that order. So I canceled it, emailed her again, blah, 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 whatever. And then I did a little more digging and I was like, yeah, this is just weird. So on Wix, you can go into payments and this and that and see the activity of people on your website. It's pretty cool. Just to see, and just so you know, a little warning, whatever you're doing on websites, all shopping or whatever, they can see everything you're doing, every single click, everything you do. Just a little heads up. But anyways, and you just hope that, you know, the companies you're shopping and the people you're shopping from has a little integrity, not to do anything with that information, because data is key. But anyways, so then I went to see like her payment options and how she was paying and whatever. And I'll pop up on the screen here. Boom, wherever it's gonna be. Check this out. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 purchases, all for the same amount, right? Obviously, she's trying to do the same order or do the order multiple times, but with multiple different credit cards. So now I'm thinking, okay, I'm not getting scammed. I'm thinking this person is using stolen credit card or debit card information to make purchases on, I'm assuming, small stores. You know, they buy it, they get the product for free, identity theft, and turn around and sell it at card shops or card shows or online or whatever. So I'm not particularly getting scammed. But this person has stolen credit card info, whether a credit card skimmer on a gas pump or at the gas station. You know, when you go to pay, you see those videos online all the time. But definitely this person is using stolen credit card information. And it's very weird that it's always right around or right under $700 mark. I don't know if that's like the minimum, you know, you can get, or not minimum, but that's like the no trigger for identity fraud in banks and credit cards, just, you know, refunding the customers their money back easily without having to go through a huge hassle, or I don't know what their method to their madness is, but 1000% this person is committing some sort of fraud or illegal activity. And I just, you know, felt even more 100% validated for, you know, just canceling this and sticking with my gut and not getting played and helping those people out potentially from not getting scammed, you know, identity fraud, which happened to me. I actually got identity fraud GameStop, like when I was 19. Somebody spent $600 at GameStop in Orlando, and I live in Miami. And at that time, I had never been to Orlando, so I called my bank, blah, 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 never been, da-da-da. I don't know how they get my credit card information. You know, they can get it anywhere, and this was 20 years ago. So who knows what kind of technology we got to steal credit card information, or skimmers, credit card skimmers, whatever. So yeah, so that was interesting. That's a little update with what I was dealing with. I've been meaning to get this video up and going. It's already, what? Today is Halloween. I don't know when this video will upload, maybe tomorrow. And you know, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Got to do it before the family wakes up. So yeah, so be careful, guys. Don't get scammed. Thank you for the support. Hit that like, follow, and I'll see you guys at the next one.